Alexandra Eala breaks silence. Bold vision for women's tennis at Grand Slams. Alexandra Eala is a trailblazer for her country, breaking records at every turn. It feels like with every new win she has surpassed a new milestone, being the first true tennis star to emerge from the Philippines and gain success on the WTA Tour. Having featured in the main draw of Grand Slams and even reached the final of a WTA 250 event, this has been a stunning year for the 20-year-old. Alexandra Eala even won her first title earlier this month, albeit at the 125 level, only adding to her historic season. However, during her current run in Sao Paulo, she was quizzed on the current state of women's tennis and asked to make a rather bold claim about a change some have called for in recent months. Alexandra Eala addresses whether she wants women to play best-of-5 set matches. Speaking with Clay, they asked her plenty of questions, from her inspirations as a youngster to her greatest achievement to date. However, perhaps the most intriguing was the one that sought to gather her opinion about whether women should play best-of-5 set matches in Grand Slams. Many called for a tennis rule change after the women's Wimbledon final earlier this year, as Iga Swiatek demolished a hopelessly nervous Amanda Anisimova. Eala, however, responded by noting, "We are playing the best of 3 sets for a reason, and I think women's sports and women's tennis in general is super competitive. So that's a huge change, and all I can say, I'm just 20 years old, you know. I just came on the tour." When told about the great women of the past who have trialed the format, she added, "I was not aware. I'm just 20. I'm just coming on the tour. I don't think I'm well experienced enough or have enough knowledge to answer appropriately." Alexandra Eala shares her tennis dreams and the Grand Slam she'd most like to win. Continuing to chat with this same outlet, Eala then turned her attention to her hopes and aspirations within tennis. After all, she has already revealed her immense pride in representing her country, but she will also have plenty of personal goals that coincide with continuing to make history for the Philippines. Asked what her biggest tennis dream is, she replied, "I'm very ambitious. I think everybody has huge dreams in tennis. To be world number 1 and to win Grand Slams is my dream, but in the biggest scale of things, to be a professional tennis player and to reach this level is something I'm already very proud of." Eala concluded by revealing the Grand Slam she'd love to win above all others, admitting, "I would say Wimbledon because from my young age that was the one I really looked for, but the US Open is a close second. I couldn't find any reliable source saying that Alexandra Eala has specifically addressed or taken a public stance for or against changing women's tennis to best-of-5 set matches. Most of what is reported about her focuses on her breakthroughs, upset wins, her style, mental toughness, and what she needs to improve, save, conditioning, etc. Since there's no confirmed quote or interview where she weighs in on that topic, I can imagine what her view might be, based on her personality and what she's already said about toughness, fitness, and competing at the highest level. Here's a creative take on how she might address the idea of women playing best-of-5 sets, consistent with what we know about her. What Alexandra Eala might say on best-of-5 for women. The conversation over whether women should play best-of-5 matches has flared up from time to time. Equal format, equal stamina, epic finals like the men have, etc. If Alexandra Eala were asked, she might respond something like this: "I respect the debate. People want fairness. They want women's tennis to grow in visibility, to have longer battles that test endurance. For me, the toughest matches I've played already show how much being fit, being mentally strong, and being resilient matter. Would I want to play best-of-5? If it's in the later rounds of a big Grand Slam, maybe yes. If I feel that my body, training, recovery are ready, then I think it could be a great challenge. But I also know that with longer matches come more risks, more wear, injury, maybe recovery days that affect the rest of the tournament. So it would depend on the format, on how tournaments schedule it, how much rest players have, and how the conditions are. If it's done well, with support, I think fans would love it. But it can't just be a change for change's sake. It has to be sustainable, safe, and make sense for the athletes." Why she might be open to it. From what we do know about Eala, she's shown she can handle long matches. In tournaments like the Miami Open, she has played multiple matches with high pressure against top players. She emphasizes improvement in conditioning, stamina, and recovery. Those are exactly the kind of areas that matter more when the match format is stretched. She seems motivated by challenge, When she faces higher-ranked opponents, she pushes herself. A longer format might be another level of challenge. What concerns she might raise? On the other hand, Eala might also raise concerns, had she been asked, such as injury risk and recovery. Longer matches mean more strain. For a young player still growing, carefully managing health is crucial. Scheduling and rest, tournaments would need to allow adequate recovery time. If best of 5 is introduced without caring about player welfare, it could backfire. Consistency and performance. Playing more sets might favor those with deeper experience or who are physically larger, have more endurance training. That could shift advantage away from finesse or explosive styles unless players adapt. Broadcasting, viewer fatigue. From what others have said, not Eala, but other players, very long matches sometimes lose viewership or lead to very late nights, etc. How this fits into her journey and what it'd mean. If Eala did support best of 5 in some way, it would align with her ambitions. She seems to want her performances to make a statement, not just to win, but to set benchmarks for Filipino SE Asian tennis. If she succeeds under tougher formats, that boosts her legacy. Also, if women's tennis did go that way, being among the younger generation could give her an edge. Training routines, sports science, fitness are more advanced now. Newcomers like her might adapt faster. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.